Okay, next, Eric says, hey, gents, wondering how you would approach scaling and monetizing a news auto blog that pulls in feeds from places like CNN, HuffPost, etc. Is there risk of duplicate content or SEO penalty? No, I mean, duplicate content is not a real thing. There's that term gets used a lot, but there's the original and there's copies. Where there's potentially duplicate content is not republishing other people's content. You can potentially have issues with copyright stuff, but duplicate content really only occurs if you are publishing the same content on the same multiple places on the same site. In other words, if you publish an article on your site and then you publish it 3 more times on the same site, that can cause some issues for the site. But it's not when you are republishing other people's content. It's not duplicate content. It's republished content. There's a difference. And so, is there any risk of a penalty? I mean, I don't know. I don't really do a lot of that stuff, but my guess would be no, because think about press releases. And again, I say that because I use press releases heavily, have been for many years, still do to this day, and plan on continuing to use press releases very heavily. And press releases, what happens when you publish a press release? It gets published on an original source, and then it gets syndicated, picked up, and republished by hundreds of other outlets, hundreds of other news sites. And it's the same article, no difference, right? There's the original, and then on the syndication sites, there is usually a credit, a link back to its original source, right? And that's how you do it. And again, it goes back to like our syndication academy training, which is where you publish content on your own money site blog, for example, and then it republishes out across Blogger, Tumblr, WordPress, and a number of social bookmarks and social media sites, and it's all automated using IFTTT. You could use other apps to do it, but whole point is that's why we always included an attribution link, right? Because it was republished content, not duplicate, but republished content on other platforms. And you would put a link back, an attribution link, a citation, right, where you would cite the source of the original article. And that's what, going back to the previous question, Yoast has it automatically inserts that, and most of the SEO plugins do, but Yoast was the first one to do that. That has in the RSS feed settings of the plugin an automatic link attribution. So essentially, if somebody was to scrape your RSS feed, you will get links back anytime they republish from your RSS feed, because it says this post originally appeared on, and then it gives a link back to its original source, right? And so that's again, I've not seen any penalties from that. I'm not saying it can't happen. I just not seen it. If so, that would pretty much put press releases out of business, and they've been pretty much a staple of SEO for many, many years. How can you monetize that? Well, if you can there's a number of ways to monetize it, right? If you've got sites that are getting traffic, you could publish ads. If you categorize the sites properly, which Jeremy from Press Advantage has an app that he's developed called Condis that does something like that, where you can create networks of sites that republish news content, and you can build sites that are focused around particular categories, for example. And in that case, you could monetize it with affiliate offers or CPA offers, right? Things like that are appropriate for that particular category. You could use it for list building. You could use it for backlink building, for essentially like a PBN or a blog network. It just depends on, there's a number of ways that you can monetize those types of sites. That's, you got to get creative with it. But think about it. Ads, list building, affiliate offers, CPA offers for link building purposes. There's a number of different ways that you can monetize those. Again, I think they're better if you can have a general news blog site, but I think you can get better traction as far as gaining more authority if you can focus specific sites around specific topics. And then you have like a network of, when I say network, but you can have multiple sites around each different topic being fed with news and content from other sources that are focused in that particular topic or relevant to that particular topic. Then you can get more targeted offers on there. You could also use it again for selling links, for example. That works a lot. I don't know about you guys, but you probably, if you manage clients' assets, you probably are getting, if your clients tell you, I get notifications all the time from my clients of a lot of people doing outreach now. where they'll say like, hey, we'd like to place a link on your blog. You guys have great content about tree services or landscaping or whatever. And we're an outreach partner, or, we're looking for exposure for one of our, or for our website, or it'll be an agency or an agent that is reaching out on their client's behalf and say, we're looking to get exposure for my client. Would you be interested in placing a link on your site? That kind of stuff. We get those kind of emails all the time now. So that's precisely what I'm talking about. People are looking for links all the time. So if you have sites, Autoblog sites that you build, and by the way, Damon Nelson has a fantastic training called for the RSS masher technology, and RSS masher site, or masher sites, I guess he calls them. That's specifically about this, creating Autoblogs and just a number of ways to monetize them. You ought to check it out, Eric, if you're interested in that stuff. Damon's masher sites training is really, really good for that.